Hey guys, back with another YouTube tutorial video. For this video, we are going to be going over the same basics of the slip knot and starting chain, and we are going to be learning how to do a double crochet. For this video, I'm just using this yarn that I have from Dollar Tree that I got for the purpose of these tutorials. I'm gonna have my tapestry needles and my 5.25 millimeter crochet hook. For this yarn, it does ask for, I believe, it doesn't say on this one. It asks for a 5.5, I believe. It's kind of the same as the darker yarn I was using in my other tutorials, but for some reason this one doesn't say, but that's okay. So of course to start, you're going to start with a slip knot. Get this all adjusted. So of course, for starting with that, you're going to yarn behind the index finger, drape over, take that back tail end piece, push it forward, loop back over your finger, and then take that second loop, pull it through, and then of course, still getting all of my stuff set up. Oh, okay, there we go, that's better. And of course we're going to insert our hook, pull the yarn around it, wrap the yarn around our fingers, and pull tight. Make sure you have your index finger and your thumb on the slip knot for your starting chain. So for starting off, I'm going to do a chain of 10 plus 2. If you remember in the single crochet video, we did a chain of 10 plus 1. This one we're going to be doing a chain of 10 plus 2. So that way when we go on to our next row, we'll have our first double crochet. So chain 10, that's 10. That's the way. Alright, so have my chain of 10. And we are going to chain 2 more. So that's 1 and 2. So now after your chain, come on, focus. After your chain, you're going to take your yarn, loop it once around your hook, okay? And then you're going to skip the chain link that has the first loop on your yarn hook. So you're going to skip that one, count 1 and 2. And you're going to insert your hook into that top loop, pull loop through. So now you should have 3 loops on your crochet hook. And then you're gonna yarn over, pull through 2 loops, You should have those 2 loops. And yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. And now you should have 2 double crochets. So to show you again, I have my first chain link right there. Yarn over once, go to the next chain link, insert your hook into that top loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, pull through 2. You should be left with 2 loops. Why is my camera's having a hard time focusing? Oh, that looks terrible. Okay. So you should have those 2 on your hook. Yarn over again, pull through 1. And you're going to continue down this way. For this first round, I'm going to stick with you for the whole round, just so that way you can see the hand movement and practice on getting that down. So again, I have my first loop on my hook, yarn over once, insert your hook into that top chain link right there, right, and chain yarn over, pull through 1 loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through the last 2. So I'm going to finish out this chain. I'm going to stick with you for the remainder of the chain, just so that way you can watch the hand movement. I know sometimes I am more of a visual learner, as I am also a hands-on learner. So I definitely like to do a lot of repetition just to make sure like you and me are both confident whenever we are doing our crochets. Again, you want to make sure that you have your yarn wrapped up pretty good and tight. Since this is just kind of a tutorial, you don't have to do it so tight, but you definitely want to keep it taut. So again, insert through that top loop. Oh, see, I missed this loop. So have our 1 loop, yarn over, insert our hook into that top chain link, yarn over, pull a loop through. Make sure to keep pinching that chain length as you're working through, so that way you don't have any disfiguration between your stitches. So then we're gonna pull through those 2, and then pull through another 2. And you're just going to keep repeating that for the rest of the chain. So yarn over, push through the loop, pull loop up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through last 2. So again, next chain length right there, insert into the top part. Oh, nope, see, messed up again. It happens. So yarn over once, push through chain length, pull loop through, pull through 2 loops, pull through the last 2. So I'm going to finish out this row, yarn over, push through, pull loop through, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. Again, yarn over, push through top loop, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, push through, pull loop through, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now for this last chain, we're going to do another double crochet. And then just like in the single crochet, to finish off the row, we're going to chain, but instead of chaining just one, because we have to close off those 2 loops to start the next row, we're going to chain 2. So at the end of that row, you're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. And that will be the starting double crochet of our next row. So once you chain through those 2, you're going to turn your work. And again, just like in the single crochet, to keep everything square, we're going to be working in this part. Oh, come on, focus. There it goes. We're going to be working in this stitch space. Excuse me. You always want to work in that first chain stitch space, so that way everything stays nice and squared up. Because if not, if you don't stay consistent with that, you're going to have all different kinds of weird, odd sides, and it'll change pretty much like the whole size of your project and get it all weird and awkward. And it's definitely not what we're looking for. At least not for this video anyways. So after we have our chain 2, we're going to yarn over, push through those 2 in our first chain space, pull through a loop. You should have your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. You should be left with 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And those will be our first 2 double crochets of the row. Maybe if my camera will focus. There it goes. So again, you're going to skip that part of the previous crochet of the last row. You're going to be working in that space right there. You should have 2 threads on top that kind of make that braided stitch. So you're going to yarn over, push through, pull loop up. You should have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And just for practicing purposes, I'm going to do 2 more with you, and then I'm going to meet you at the end of the row to finish with that last double crochet. So we're going to yarn over again, skip this part of the stitch, go into that next space, push through, make sure there are the 2 threads on the top part, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So last one before we get to the end of the row. And again, if you need to pause to rewind or catch up or anything like that, of course you are more than welcome to at any point in time. So for our last one, again, find that next space. So that's going to be the ending part of the last double crochet. We're going to be working in this space with the 2 threads. So you're going to yarn over, push through, yarn over, pull through 1 loop. You should have the 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and yarn over, pull through 2. And that is what it should look like at this moment. I am going to work through the rest of this row, and I'm going to meet you at the end so that way I can show you how to finish off this row, because just like the single crochet, it is a little bit odd. You have to make sure that you're finding that last top loop. But anyways, I will meet you down there as soon as I finish this row. Okay, as you can see, I have finished most of the row besides that last one. So if you are all caught up, we are going to do one last single or double crochet. So again, yarn over. You're going to want to look for, so that is going to be the last single crochet. We're going to look for that space right there. Push our loop through, make sure there are the 2 threads. Yarn over, pull a loop through. Yarn over, pull through 2. And then yarn over and pull through the last 2. And that is the end of that row. So just like the ending of that previous row, oh, come on, focus. Just like the end of that previous row, we have to close this off before we start on the next row. So we're going to grab that part with our index finger, or with our middle finger and our thumb. We're going to chain 2. It's going to be 1 and 2. And then turn our work again. So remember to, when starting your next row, we want to work in that space right there next to what we just chained right here. Just so that way everything stays squared. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, make sure there are both threads at the top. Yarn over, pull a loop through, you should have your 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. One more time, yarn over, find that space right there, push through, make sure there's 2 threads, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So I am going to let you practice this row, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this row, just so that way we can go over how to finish a square like this. Again, if you need to pause or rewind at any point in time just to see my hand movements, I know at some points in the video they're a little bit blurry, so I do apologize. But again, if you need to rewind or pause or anything like that to catch up or watch the hand movement again, you can do so at any point in time in the video, and I will meet you at the end. Alright, so we are at the end of this row. So again, we're going to yarn over. We're going to find that last, oh, come on, focus. There it goes. We're going to find that last chain space, which is going to be right in here. We're going to pull a loop through. You should have the 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And of course for ending, we're going to chain 1. I'm going to kind of pull it out a little bit. Before I cut, I definitely prefer to find the loop that's connected to the previous one, or the string that's connected to the previous loop. Pull it tight, and then you will cut right here. I can't find my scissors, so I will find them soon, but you're pretty much going to finish it like you would with the single crochet project. You can keep practicing in however big of a square you want, but I am going to end it here. So normally I would cut right here, and I would take out the yarn part that's connected to the yarn roll, and then you could do a little bit bigger of a tail or smaller, not too small if you're wanting to weave the ends in, but a little bit smaller. You could probably go maybe about like that small, maybe about an inch or 2. So you'd cut that, attach your tapestry needle, and just weave it. For the double crochet, I definitely prefer to back stitch into these stitching spaces, kind of like where we crocheted. So underneath those 2 loops in between, just because that gives it the better finished look whenever it comes to the double crochet. It's a little bit easier to hide with a single crochet just because there's not as much spacing in between like there is with the double crochet. But with the double crochet, it's definitely useful if you're looking for height or length. I'm not sure if it uses any more yarn than a single crochet. I would imagine so a little bit, but as you can see, it's pretty much the same size as the single crochet that we did, but I think I did a row less than what I did for the single crochet. So that's going to be it for this video. I think for the next video, I am going to show y'all how to work with a granny square. The triple crochet or the double crochet is important for granny squares just because most basic granny squares work with the double crochet. They can work with single crochets or all different kinds of crochet stitching, but with the granny square, I'm also going to show you how to do what's called a magic ring. The magic ring is typically for working in a round area instead of going right to left or left to right like we've been doing in our squares. So with that being said, I hope y'all have a great day and catch you in the next video.